Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane and today we'll be having a look at Polkadot. Before we get this video started properly, allow me to declare this video is not financial advice. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes and for educational purposes. So what exactly is Polkadot? Polkadot is a network that is designed to join the dots with all other networks. It's commonly referred to as a multi-chain network because it can join networks together, unlike networks like Bitcoin, which operates on its own. Its ultimate aim is to act as a framework for all blockchains that opt in. A bit like HTML allows all websites and browsers and servers to interact with each other. The idea is to take care of messy and costly cryptocurrency mining processes, including validations of transactions and security protocol, and enable developers to focus on creating dApps and smart contract functionality. Now, Polkadot is being built by Gavin Wood, a co-founder of Ethereum. Developers building innovative decentralized system currently have to engineer these systems from the ground up. This also means that the time, talent, and resources are diverted into building competing networks rather than creating a standard everyone builds off. That's Polkadot's aim, is to create a way for developers to build value on top of blockchains rather than just one. So how does this Polkadot system work? How does the blockchain work? Well, blockchains can connect with Polkadot and work in a parallel or so-called parachain to assess the network's proof of stake, validation of transactions, and security. So in the network's so-called relay chain, transactions addresses are checked and data is standardized so that every system can understand this. This is where all chains are pool security. While functionality is taken care of, blockchain connected to Polkadot can use their own proof of stake mechanism, decide when and how to update their code and run the dApps or tokens they've chosen. It's especially a pick or choose layer that allows networks to preserve their own security and incorporate new protocols. So what problems does Polkadot solve? The two issues blockchain-based system most needs to solve are scalability and number of transactions per second a network can handle, and governance, how the community manage protocol updates and changes. Polkadot aims to solve both of these issues. So Polkadot does have a cryptocurrency and it's called DOT, the internal token of the Polkadot network. This token allows holders to vote on potential code changes, which when automatically upgrades across the network if a consensus is reached. So what's important is that we also take a look at Polkadot's price at the moment. Currently sits at $43.96, and the circulating supply is huge. That's 987.5 million coins in circulating supply, and the total supply is 1.1 billion. So it's got a large supply, and this will explain why the price is actually relatively low compared to something like Solana, because Solana is currently at like $195, but Solana has a lot less coins in circulation. Also, I do believe that Solana is a much faster blockchain than Polkadot. So there's definitely pros and cons to both or different blockchain. But it's important that we first understand the price that it is right now and what's actually happening in the ecosystem. And if there's one thing that I'm proud of with this crypto is that there's plenty of volume, but overall that makes me even more proud is the fact that there's a strong growth. If you draw a line 3 months ago from the price was $13.02 or $13.20, you drew one straight line to where it is right now. That is a constant upward trajectory of growth. Yes, there's definitely been patterns, there's definitely been pullbacks in the market, sell-offs, there's definitely been retractions in the market when it comes to the price, but overall it's an upward trajectory. Basically what Polkadot looks like in the last 3 months, it looks like a mountain, and that's just an upward landslide, an upward trajectory. Yes, there's bumps in the way, but overall it's still going up into the sky. And that's really remarkable. Now, it's not the first time Polkadot has done this. Polkadot has actually done this recently, earlier this year. Because after that, like going into June and July, the crypto market wasn't doing particularly well. Polkadot especially actually fell back to $10.98. Let's not forget that for a moment. And at its all-time high, the price was $47.95. So right now, as we speak, we're actually on the cusp of protocol beating that record and going into new price discovery territory, which would be absolutely brilliant. But I just wanted to go for a quick price analysis with you. We'll go for a full price analysis and possibly, hopefully, a prediction. Now, in recent news in the Polkadot ecosystem, Polkadot is ready for a parachain launch, auction date that have been proposed. So almost exactly 5 years after the vision of heterogeneous multi-chain network was first outlined in the Polkadot white paper, aka the Polkadot paper, parachains are now officially ready to launch on Polkadot. The news that Polkadot is now technologically capable of supporting its first parachain, announced today by Polkadot founder Gavin Wood and Robert Habermeyer. It was actually followed shortly by a motion of Polkadot Council to open up the network's first parachain slot auction, proposed to begin on November the 11th. And this news was actually uploaded on the 13th of October. That's only 10 days ago. So it's fair to say that the news is still quite recent. Parachains are diverse, specified blockchains that connect to Polkadot, relay chain, and constitute the multi-chain aspects of Polkadot groundbreaking multi-chain architecture. They represent the final piece of the core technology outlined in the Polkadot white paper, and their launch marks the large stake of Polkadot multi-chain phase launch process, which began on May the 26th, 2020, with the launch of the initial proof of authority, readiness versus maturity. The important point to note, explained by Habermeyer, is that being ready for an initial production release does not necessarily mean that the code is fully mature. Readiness means that parachain code is feature complete, has been united, integrated, and tested, audited, deployed, and demonstrated on Kusama and Roku, but may still contain unplugged bugs. The road to the maturity means that staking sure the code is highly optimized. Optimization in the works, according to the Habermeyer, includes contextual execution, which will speed up block times, Power Threads, Polkadot's pay-as-you-go model for parachain connection, and several low-hanging networking optimization. So I do think this is big news in the Polkadot ecosystem. This is great news in the Polkadot ecosystem. And if you're part of the Polkadot ecosystem and you're not excited, I don't know why you're not excited. But if you are excited, you can definitely leave a comment. State Mine upgrade launches the new phase of parachain functionality. We're already talking about parachain, so might as well we dive into that direction. So the Kusama community has voted to upgrade the runtime of SteinMine parachain. Featureful parachain, like the launch of Kusama and Polkadot themselves. The launch of parachain is a multi-step process. Kusama ran with a simple shell parachain to ensure block production, inclusion, and finalization. The shell parachain is extremely limited functionality. It does not even have the motion of accounts. It only accepts a message from the relay chain to upgrade itself to something else. The first upgrade from shell to state mine added the feature for fungibility and non-fungible assets, as well as teleport interface to accept KMS from the relay chain as its native unit of account. However, the ability to create assets was restricted by the Kusama Council. The trial phase are now the party and Web3 Foundation team and Kusama Council the performance of state mine before lifting the restrictions and allowing anyone to create assets. After successfully demonstrating teleport functionality, both to and from StateMine and implementing the recommendations of our security audits, the Kusama Council passed a motion to authorize the upgrade of StateMine to make it permissionless. Once again, this is big news. So once again, as promised, we must go through a price prediction and a price analysis. Now, I previously stated that around the end of July, the price have been on an upward trajectory since then. It's actually looked like a mountain. It's just straight up to the ceiling, and I'll demonstrate this point. Now, to simplify everything I've been talking about so far, what I've done is that I've drawn up points at the lowest price in Polkadot through the last few months and some of the highest price point. Starting with the end of July, around the 20th of July, price is around 10 cents. Compared to where it is right now, $44, but it was recently at $45.72. This is in the last 24 hours, by the way. But it's clear that it's on a good growth to $44, a great growth, by the way. So my estimate, my price target for $50, between $50 and $60 before the end of this year is still in great possibility. We're coming up to the end of October, but let's not forget that we've got November and December. I do expect a huge dip in the market from the majority of crypto throughout the entire market, simply because people are going to be spending their money on other things instead of cryptocurrency. They're going to be buying presents, vacation, gifts, all sorts. Less money will be pumping into the crypto market and the traditional financial market, which means that we will see the price of crypto falling even just a little. But it's going to be interesting to see how it interacts with the entire market, especially this year. Now, what we've got here, I've drawn up my green line to just show you the seriousness of what we're dealing with. This is continuous growth. For many investors, I'm talking about hedge fund investors, millionaire investors, independent investors, investment firms, this is a dream. What you see there is an upward trajectory. And what I'll specifically point out is that if you consider from the 20th of July till now, that's 100% of price volume. You consider the lowest points within that price volume is probably around 25 to 30%. And this mostly occurred in and around the 20th of September towards the 13th of October. This is a really small margin compared to the other points within this price. What I've done is go ahead and simplify things. Yes, I've drawn up high points and low points in the price, but I wanted to demonstrate just how fascinating the last few months have been since the 20th of July. August, September, October. I want to point out to you just how fascinating it's been. All of the yellow lines that I've drawn up is great price point, incredible price point, especially towards the start of September. And coming up to where we are right now in the last week, again, we're in yellow price point territory, great price territory. What I've drawn up is a red line where it was in bad price territory. That's when the price, volume, everything was going down. But the majority of this market for the last 3 months, it was in great price territory, green, just constant influx of money, inflow of money, inflow of volume into the market. Strong market lead. That's what it is. Market leadership. So that's what I mean when I say if you consider that all of this means 100%, well, this red period of downtrend of selling in the market will probably equate to around 25% to 30% of the overall trajectory. But nevertheless, the most important point is where we are right now. It's recovered. It's more than recovered. It's recovered brilliantly, because it didn't just recover to where it was before back in the middle of September, around the 14th of September. No, it's done better than that. It's rose above those price marks. So this is what I mean when I say big time investors, millionaire investors, they dream to see these numbers because the majority of the market is doing absolutely incredible. This is what they always want, is an upward trajectory, downfalls. And if there is downfalls, just like this price point that I've marked out in red, and most importantly, it recovers with style, with brilliance. So this has been my price analysis and my price prediction. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe to see more, leave a like, leave a comment. And of course, I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.